Good evening, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Hello. Shall we start?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening. Uh, okay. Good evening, Deepak, sir. Shall I start?
Yes, ma'am.
Bye. Yesterday, I have given a few tasks to perform. So, anyone who has performed? Hello. Anyone who has performed the task I have given yesterday? Friends, audible to everyone? I think we discussed yesterday about, yes, we discussed yesterday about the data structures, and I tried to explain you first three data structures named as vector, list, and the third one was vector. And then I have given you few tasks to perform. So yesterday, one of you, I think maybe sir has not joined yet, he told me to revise whatever I have taught today. Means in today's session, I need to discuss whatever I have taught you people yesterday. So I want your confirmation. Are you listening to me? Hello? Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I don't know. I think Deepak sir is talking to me. So Deepak sir, can you tell me, have you performed the task I have given to you people yesterday? Anyone who has performed? Please say something, friends. It is difficult for me to understand. Have you people performed or not? Okay, I think I shared my screen. Whether the screen is visible to you people? Okay, fine, Deepak sir, no issues, no issues, fine. If you have not performed, fine. So what I'm doing, I'll give you or I'll tell you how to solve them, but I'm expecting you please do along with me, right? Okay. So the first task which I have given to you was create a vector of name of 5 flowers, right? So that means suppose I'm giving the name to my object as flower, and using the C function and giving or writing the name. Suppose executed it, you can see in the console, I'm not getting any error. That means it is successfully created. The first task we have completed. It is okay. Anyone who has performed?
Really sorry, ma'am. I don't get the time to do it.
No problem, but I think I have performed here. I hope you checked it.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just starting my.
Okay, I'm giving you a minute. You please do start with your system and then tell me whether you are ready. Then we will proceed, ma'am. No issues. But at least be interactive and talk to me so that I can understand you people are understanding what I'm telling. Fine? Asna, ma'am, it is okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Once you are ready, ma'am, please tell me so that I can proceed.
Yes, ma'am. You can proceed. I am just starting. Just okay.
Fine, fine. So first task was we need to create a vector that I did using the C function. Second task was access the name of the third flower. Can anyone or maybe Asna ma'am, can you try how I can do this? How I can access the third element of my created vector? What I need to do? Yes, Asna ma'am, possible for you to tell me? Yeah. Okay. Fine. So I think I have created the first, I have performed the first task, which was to create a vector of flowers name. That is done. Second was access the name of the third flower. So that means what I need to do, I need to use or write the object which I have created. So my object was flower. And in this, when I want to access the third element, what I need to do, I need to use the square bracket. Inside this, I am writing the index number, which is 3. So the third position element I want to see, which is there in my vector flower. So it is returning me lily. You can see at the third position, the element name is lily, right? Next task was manipulate the name of the second flower. So suppose same way I'm firstly using the object name and then providing the position at which I want to make changes, and then I'm putting the or supplying the name as marigold. That means I want to replace second element of the flower vector by the marigold, right? You can see no error we are getting. Now I want to see whether the changes I have made is noted down or reserved there in the same vector. You can find in place of daisy, you can see in place of daisy now it is marigold, right? So that means we have completed the third task also. Next task was create a list with the 6 elements of various types. So I will create a list, suppose L1, using the function called list. 6 elements I need to pass on. So I am writing elements like so I created my first list, that is L1, and 6 elements I have kept here. Next task is I need to access the second element of the list. And in place of that, I need to store a character at the position. So firstly, to access the second element, I need to firstly write the name of my list, which is L2, and the position of the element which I want to access, which is 2. And inside this, I need to enter a character. So character, suppose I am using here like ABC, pressing Control Enter. Now once I will call my list, you can see at the second position. Presently it was 1.4, now it should be replaced by ABC. So you can check out at the second position, the element is ABC, right? So that way we have completed the next task also. Another question says create another list and merge it with the previous list. So I'm creating my, sorry. So here I have made a mistake. Yeah. So now what I'm doing, I'm creating my second list. So my second list will be L2. Using the list function, suppose some elements I am keeping here. Now for merging, suppose I am merging my list and storing the results into the L3, and inside this I need to write the name of my list. So this way, using the C function, I can concate or I can merge two lists. So this is done. You can see no error you are getting. If you wish to see the elements of L3, you can find there are total 9 elements. Previously in the L1 there were 6, and here there are total 3. 6 plus 3, total 9 elements are there. I hope it is clear. Friends. Friends, it is fine. Hello. It is okay. Friends, we have completed the task. This one.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
whenever I write black, it should become a black in color. So I got an error at that place.
Okay. So, ma'am, whatever syntax you or the line you have written, possible for you to share your screen?
No, ma'am, I'm doing it in my laptop.
So, can you paste it on the chat of this particular meeting? Possible for you to share on a chat of the meeting?
No, ma'am. I just try once again, then I will tell you what is the problem.
Okay. So, any error you are getting?
Just minutes, ma'am. I just try.
Okay, fine. So pace is okay because I think you people are not interacting. So that way I'm writing each and every line one by one, because maybe I'm understanding you people are able to cope up. Done? Ma'am, resolved? Asna ma'am, problem resolved?
I think there is a problem when I write the colors. So I become the column like.
Can you tell me the line you have written? It is whatever name you have given to your object, L1, L2, L3, list 1, list, whatever name you have given. After that, you use the assignment symbol, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am. I think that's instead of I writing black, then my that black become black in
Well,
color.
do one thing, if you can open the WhatsApp on your laptop or on your device, you can do that, and then copy whatever you have written and paste there in the FDP WhatsApp group, so that I can see if it is possible for you to do.
Ma'am, I just in 219, you written like the list L2 list 11352, comma black. And I
But
also,
black is in a single quote or in a double quote. You have given it in
yes, yes, I write it in a single quote. But
okay.
whenever I complete BLACK, then it become in black in color. Then I enter it, so there is an error.
Mhm. Because black is not any reserved keyword in R. I don't think so it should give any problem to you. But I,
Okay, ma'am, it's okay. I think there is a extra comma there. It's okay, ma'am.
yeah, fine.
Thank you, ma'am. Sorry for the interruption.
No, no,
Thank you.
it's okay. Mine means I think I want this. If you are interacting, it is good for me. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Next task we did create a character vector and store it into the new list. Suppose I'm creating a vector here with the name V using a C function. Suppose I'm creating a number vector here. So in hurry, I'm giving few figures here. Suppose 4 figures I have given 2, 3, 5, 6. Now, suppose rather than creating a new list, I am storing this into the previous list. Suppose I am having L2. So I am writing L2, and as L2 is having 3 elements, so what I am doing, I am storing the vector at the 4th position of my L2, right? Like this. Okay. Now I will see L2. So it is returning me. Okay, I think I have made some mistake. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Fine. So problem with this, it is only taking, once I'm storing, it is only taking the first element of my. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm creating a new list. Suppose it is L4. Then I'll create a list. Some numbers I can give here. Anything I can write. This way it is not accepting a vector. There is a problem. I need to write my vector here. Done. Now, if I wish to access the first element of my vector, which is inside the list L4. So what I need to do, I will write the name of my list, which is L4. Then I need to use the double square bracket as the vector is at the 5th position, as you can see. So that, and then I need to access the first element. So it is returning me 2. So you need to firstly give the position of your vector, which is at the 5th position, and then you need to give the position of the element which you want to access from your vector, which is 1. Done? Shall I go for the next? Last one is create a categorical object for marital status. That means I need to create a factor here. So suppose I am writing marital status MS, and using the factor, I am creating a vector of the values of marital status. Suppose married, single. Hello. Yeah. केबल लॉक्ड बच्चा नॉट देयर इन अ कॉलेज है ना, तो यू कैन कैरी, और अगर कोई फैकल्टी के पास रख सकते हो यू कैन सी. ओके, right? So I created a marital status object. Inside that there are certain values. You can see I executed it. I'm calling MS. I'm getting the values along with the labels. So there are only two categories, married and single. So I think all the tasks which I have given to you, I have performed here. It is fine, everyone. Those who are performing and listening to me, it is okay. Shall I go for the today's topic? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Thank you so much, ma'am. So now I'll talk about the agenda of the day. We need to discuss the remaining three data structures. So I am writing here. The next data structure is the matrix. I think matrix we have studied during our school time. Anyone who can tell me what do you understand by matrix? What is matrix for you? Hari sir, I think
Measurement or standards we use for every division or anything.
okay, okay, fine. Okay, so maybe I think I don't know how many of you have studied matrix during your school time, because when I say matrix, matrix is nothing but it is a what I can say arrangement of data into the rows and columns, right? So I can say matrix is an arrangement of data, that is observations, into rows and columns, right? It is a grid kind of thing which I'm talking about. That means there will be rows also, there will be columns also. And just a minute, I'll try to show you. Just a minute, I don't know. Are you able to see my Word file? Not visible?
Not yet, ma'am.
Fine, just a minute. I'm sharing my screen again. Give me a second. Okay, now my Word file is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a matrix kind of thing. So this will be enclosed in the brackets, in the generally square brackets, and it is known as matrix. Okay,
All right, ma'am.
fine. So I'm trying to, I don't know why it is not taking that. Maybe I'm using my, okay. So this will be enclosed in the brackets. This is known as matrix. So I can say what where I was writing. I was writing it right. So it is arrangement of the data into the rows and columns, right? So generally matrix has order. Order meaning is you need to tell it is generally row by column. So I can see it is row into column. Indicates how many rows are there, how many columns are there. So I think the file which I have shown you, how many rows are here? I think 3.
Yes,
Row
ma'am.
1, yeah, and 3 columns are there. So the order of, yes, so the order of the matrix will be 3 by 3. This matrix is of 3 by 3. When you will multiply 3 into, means when you will multiply 3 by 3, what it will give you? It will give you 9. Meaning is that there are total 9 elements. Is it okay? Friends?
Yes, ma'am.
If I say this, can any one of you tell me what is the order of this matrix? 3, 4, 5, 7, 5, 7.
2 by 3, ma'am.
Very good. So 2 rows and 3 columns. So 2 by 3 meaning is 6 elements, right? So this way we can arrange our data into the matrix also, right? When we want to talk about the R programming, in whether as matrix is a data structure. So here in case of R, we can say matrix is two-dimensional data structure and it is homogeneous. Homogeneous meaning is that the type of data which you are storing in the matrix should be of same type, right? Now, for creating any matrix in R, you need to use a function called matrix. And if I talk about the syntax of the same will be, here you need to provide a vector. Vector means vector of elements. Then you need to define number of rows and row, number of columns, and then by row, and lastly dim names. Meaning is that there are these number of arguments you can provide when you want to create a matrix, but all the arguments are not necessary to put, right? Out of them, how many are compulsory? So when you want to create a matrix vector, you need to definitely give that n row oblique n column. Meaning is that either of the one, that is either you can define how many rows you want to keep in the matrix, or you can define how many columns you want to keep in a matrix. That way, according to the number of elements you are providing, R will understand that accordingly what number of rows or columns it needs to create. Then by row is what? By row is indicating the arrangement of elements in matrix. Meaning is that whether the elements will be arranged in firstly according to the row and then in the column, or vice versa. So that is by row, right? Dim name meaning is that dimension names. Dimension meaning is how many dimension? 2, row and column. So if you wish to give that the names to your rows and columns, you need to use the dim names function. So dim names and by row are the optional arguments, but vector is compulsory, you need to provide, and either of one you can give either n row or n column, right? So we will see here, I'm creating my first matrix here. I have given the name to matrix as M1. Using the matrix function, I need to give the vector. So it is not necessary vector if you are having, previously you have created any vector, you can only define or give the name of that vector here. But if not, you can create. So I'm creating a simple vector of 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm writing n row equals 2. So meaning is that I am giving an instruction to R, create a matrix M1 with the 4 elements, and there will be 2 rows. So it is quite obvious to understand for R, if there will be 2 rows as elements are 4. So how many columns will be created by the R? It will be 2, right? Fine, everyone. So that means if I will not define n column, even then it will okay. So I'm pressing Control Enter. You can see no error I'm getting. If I will call my matrix M1, you can see it is showing me 1, 2, 3, 4. Now by row is what? If suppose you are not writing by row here, so you can see the arrangement. Firstly, it is filling the element into the first column and then in the second column. So that means arrangement of the elements is according to the column. But if I am making by row here or entering by row and making it true, That means I am giving an instruction, arrange the elements in the rows, right? So now once I will call M1, you can see now the arrangement is in the rows. So that is first row will be filled and then second row. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Previously it was column wise I am reading 1, 2, 3, 4. But here now in the row 1, 2 and 3, 4. This is the meaning of by row. So by default by row is false. If you are not providing by row argument and not making it true, by default it will do the arrangement of the elements in the columns. Done? Fine. Everyone performed. Friends, it is okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Thank you. So now I'll tell you now the use of dim names. Dim names meaning is how many rows? 2 rows, 2 columns. So I think second matrix also I'm creating here.
Ma'am, we
Yeah.
can't see our presentation. There is some error.
My screen is, I think, shared. What about the others?
No, ma'am, screen is not sharing.
It's not sharing. It is already shared. Just a minute, sharing again.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible now.
Fine. Okay. So,
Ma'am,
yeah.
ma'am, can you please repeat the concept of by rows once again?
By row is if you are making it true, arrangement of the elements into the row first, and in the second row you will see. You can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes. But I am in a session. I cannot take your call. Why you are calling me again and again? It is something important. I have given your phone to Kavita ma'am. Talk to ma'am. Ha. Okay. Now you can see M2. I think by row is clear.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
Yeah. Now M2 you can see. Right? So you can see 1, 6, -3 and 5 are the elements. So first 2 elements of the vector, that is 1, 6 will be coming in the first row. Next 2 are coming in the second row. But if you are not making by row true, so it will keep first 2 elements in the first column and second 2 elements into the second column. Is it okay now? Clear? Can I go for dim names now to tell you how you can create the dimension names? Okay. So for
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, so for creating dim name, suppose I am using row name or row names using the C function. How many rows? There are 2 rows, right? So suppose I am writing R1. It is R1, comma R2, right? The first matrix I created. Second, I am creating column names, and using the C function, I am giving the dimension name as C1, C2. Okay. Done. Now I'll copy my line number 244. And inside this, I'm writing dim names equal list function I need to use, and inside this I'll give my two metrics which I created here. So now you can see no error I'm getting. Once I will call M2, now you can see. So previously when I called M2, you can see instead of these the names which I provided, it is showing me what 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I have given the names. It is coming as R1, R2, C1, and C2. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now I'll talk about the indexing in case of matrix. Indexing meaning is again to access the elements. So as matrix is two-dimensional, so suppose if I have written M2 and inside the square brackets, once I'm writing 1, 2, meaning is that I want to access first row, second column element. So that means the first position is for the row, second position is for the column. So first row, second column, if I'm writing, you can see it is coming as 6. You can check out first row is this. In the output, you can see this is your first row and this is your second column. So first row and second column element is this 6. Visible, and I hope you understood what I said. So you can write it like this. Access first row and second column element. Done? Clear? Are you with me? It is clear. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now next task is access the first row of matrix M2. So I need to give the name of my matrix, that is M2, and I need to access the complete row. So what I'll do, I'll give the position of my row, which is first, and after this I put a comma, and then I do not need to write anything, meaning is that I'm not defining which column I want to access. So it will give me the entire row. So I'll press Control Enter. You can see now you are getting the column. First row is this, that is 1 and 6, that is column 1 is first element is 1, column 2 element is 6. So it is giving me like this. Similarly, if I am writing access the second column, anyone who will try what I need to write now? Anyone? Yes. Friends, yes or no? At least say something so that I can proceed. I was waiting for your response. Okay. Now you can see what I did. As I am not defining which row, so I need to keep the place vacant. So I have not written anything. After comma, I have written 2. That means I want to access the entire second column. So entire second column was, you can see, M2. Second column is what? This is the second column, C2. So the R1 is having 6, R2 is having 5. So you can see R2 6, R1 6, R2 5. I hope it is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, arithmetic operations on matrix or matrices. Matrix is okay, fine. So already I created two matrix. Addition meaning is I want to add two matrix. I have written M1 plus M2. So you can see it is returning me 2, 8, 0, and 9. As M1 was this was M2. This, okay, I'll do one thing. Again, I will write or copy. I'll copy my matrix 1, Control C. And I'll copy my matrix 2 also. That is this. Right? I did. Okay, I'll see M1. I'll see M2. M1 is this, M2 is this. Now I want to add them. You can see same position element will be added. 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 6, 8, 3 minus 3, 0, 4 plus 5, 9. Similarly, once I'll do the subtraction of the matrix, I want to subtract M2 from M1, so it is showing me. Now that is 1 minus 1, 0, 2 minus 6, minus 4, 3 minus 3, 6, 4 minus 5, minus 1. You can see. Right? If you wish to multiply, you can click on multiplication. So in this way, you can get the multiplication result of the positions element. If the same position element will be multiplied, and this will give you the result. When you will divide, it will give you the result like this. So same position element means M1 first position element will be divided by the M2 first position element, and likewise. This is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of the matrix. Okay, performed everyone. Shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Now, I think I'm not going much into the matrix and even into the array. Why so? Because matrix and array we are not using for the statistical analysis purpose. And you can see this is for this FDP is for mainly to understand how you can do the data analysis. So that is why I will not go much deeper into the in case of the matrix and the array, right? So I'll keep matrix till this particular point. Now I'll talk about the next data structure, which is array. Array is very similar to matrix. The difference is there will be one more dimension added, right? So we can say matrix is again the kind of matrix, but with the so many dimensions. As in matrix, only 2 dimensions are possible. But when you talk about array, array is n dimensional and homogeneous. Homogeneous meaning is same kind of element will be stored in the array. So usually nowadays we know this thing, images, right? So if you want to store images kind of things, you need to use arrays. Main use of arrays will be generally in that case. So only I'll explain you the syntax. Firstly, to create array, the simple function you are using, which is array. Syntax will be inside the array, you need to give the vector or vectors, and then you need to give the dimensions. Right? Apart from that, if you wish to give dim names, it is also possible for you to give. Right? So this is the syntax of array. Now arrays are multi-dimensional, right? That is n-dimensional means multi-dimensional. So as I told you, mainly in the image processing and all, generally arrays are used to store the image data. So if I want to create any array, suppose I created an array called A1 using the array function, I'll provide the vector. Suppose I'm writing 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 5, 7, right? Then dim I need to give, and here suppose, so I need to explain you what is dimensions here. In This case 2, 2, 2 meaning is first 2 is for number of rows in your matrix, because array is nothing. Array is the similar kind of thing, that is matrix, but there can be multiple matrix. So one dimension you can store at one matrix, and likewise. So you can see first 2 is for the number of rows, second 2 is for the number of columns, and third 2 is for the number of matrix you want to create using this data. So once I'll execute this, I need to call this. You can find it is returning me 2 matrix of the same elements. Fine, everyone. If you wish to keep 2 vectors or multiple vectors of different elements, so what you need to do, you need to create those elements outside. Suppose I am creating a matrix here, giving a name, suppose A. Right? Now I will create array 2. I'll write array, and then using the C function, I'll provide the 2 vectors name inside this, and in the dim, I'll provide 2, 2, 2. So you can see what I'm getting here. I'm getting total 2 matrix. You can find 2 matrix. In the first matrix, I'm having the elements 1, 3, 6, 8, and in the second matrix, I'm having the element 2, 15, 62, and 1. That means one vector is for the one matrix element, second vector is for the second vector element, right? And inside the first vector, as you can see, as I've given 2, first 2 is for the 2 rows. So in both the matrix, you can find I'm having 2 rows and 2 columns. Is it clear? Shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am, clear.
Fine. Now I'm writing, I want to access first element of, okay, I need to first row and first column element of first matrix of A2. Any idea what I need to do here? How I can access first row, first column element of first matrix? What will be the syntax? Okay, fine. First row, first column, first matrix. You can find this is your first matrix, first row, first column element is 1. Is it okay? Now task for you. First row, second column element of second matrix. How can we do this? Yes, how can we do this? First row, second column, element of second matrix of A2 I want to access. How I can do this? Any idea? Yes?
Ma'am, 82122, is it 62?
A2, 1, 2, 2. Very good. Thank you. It's second matrix, first row, second column. Very correct. Thank you so much, ma'am. Can you tell me if I want to access the entire first matrix, what I need to do? Done? Comma, comma, 1. Is it fine? This is possible for you to tell me how to access the first row of first matrix of A2. Yes. Is it okay? Clear? Shall I go ahead?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So that means this is array, as again I'm repeating, array is generally for the image processing and all. So we are not going much deep into the array also. I'll proceed with the next data structure, which is data frame, which is very useful when you're talking about the data analysis, right? So what is data frame? Data frame is nothing but it is like table kind of arrangement, right? We can say data frames are two-dimensional and heterogeneous. Column wise. I specified this thing here column wise. Why so? Because we know this thing when I talk about table are having generally once we suppose I'm talking in terms of research. Usually for research purpose we are collecting the data. So can anyone tell me once we are collecting the data, generally we are storing the data into the Excel form. So what row represent for us and what column represent for us when you are talking about data in Excel? Anyone? Yes. What row represent in the data and what column represent in the data? Okay, may I ask how many of you want to or you people have joined this FDP for the analysis of data or only for understanding how R is working? Can you tell me how many of you want to understand what is the use of R in the data analysis? Anyone? Anjali ma'am. Okay, thank you so much, Anjali ma'am. What about others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Rajesh sir, thank you. So I'm asking a very simple question. When you want or when you are having the research data available, usually nowadays we are storing our data in Excel, right? So what
Yes, ma'am.
column represent for us in that data and what row represent for us in that data?
Row is probably the nomenclature of the data, and the column is basically data itself, if I'm not wrong, sir.
Okay. I think when I say about data in Excel, if you can visualize, you understand this thing. Generally, suppose I'm having gender in the column. So gender is a column, right? So gender
Yes.
is your label, right? Or heading is the gender. So in the gender, row wise, if I'll say, so respondents will be in your row. First respondent gender, you can see. Then multiple columns you will be having. Suppose I'm having gender, marital status, the income, the age, and then whatever variables I'm asking. So that means for an entire, we suppose I am having the first respondent. So that entire row of will be of the first respondent, right? So that means row wise we are reading the respondents. Column wise we are having the variables. Is it okay? So that is why I have written that when you talk about the data frames are two-dimensional because the data will be in the row and in the column, right? And your each column will be homogeneous. So I think I should write it. It is not row wise, it is heterogeneous. Sorry, column wise it is heterogeneous, or column wise it is column wise, meaning is that your each column will be the homogeneous, but when you are comparing one column with the other column, it will be heterogeneous, right? Because suppose I am having first column of gender, so gender will having same kind of data. Second column is I am having income will be of the same kind, means it is numeric data, right? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now, if it is clear that what is data frame, we will see how we can create data frame in R. So you need to use the function called data.frame, right? So usually the syntax of the same is what? You need to write data.frame. Inside the bracket, you need to write your vectors. And then other than that, only there is one important thing is that it is known as string as vector, which will be either true or false. Meaning is that any string or any character data, if you have provided any character vector you have provided inside the data.frame, whether you want to make it vector or not, whether you want to convert that into the categorical data or not. So you will write string as vector, right? So this way, this is a very simple syntax for the data frame. I'll create my first data frame here now. So I'll show you the two ways, right? So I'm using data dot frame function, and then suppose I'm writing here, I'm creating.
Ma'am, I'm not able to see your screen.
Sorry.
I'm not able to see your screen.
Okay. What about others? What about others? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I see.
Okay, so I think Rajesh sir, you need to pin my screen. You need to pin my screen. You need to see. I think it is visible. I already shared my screen. So in the chat, oh sorry, in the participant list, you can see my
Okay. Let me
visible
try.
now.
No problem. Let me see, ma'am. You can
Visible
carry
or
on.
no?
You not visible, but you can carry on. Like, let me see.
But without that, how we will understand, sir?
No, you're not. I mean, any presentation is going on, or what is going on? Like,
I'm writing the syntaxes, sir.
no, ma'am. I'm not able to see, ma'am.
Okay, but I think you need to check, ma'am. Sir, you need to pin my screen. How to pin? I think you know. You can see my screen is visible. So there is a pin option is there. How to pin? I think the messages we are pinning in the WhatsApp group and all. So that kind of pin will be there. You need to click on that. You need to pin that. Or do I need to share again?
If possible, like.
Okay, I'll do. Visible now, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Fine. So I'm creating a database for students. So usually we know there will be the names of the students in the database. So I'm creating my first vector for the name. Rather than writing the name, suppose here what I'm doing, I'm only giving the name as ABC, right? So suppose 5 students data I'm creating. So this is my first vector. After this, I need to put a comma. I'm pressing enter and I'm writing the second vector, that is gender. Gender of the students I'm mentioning. Suppose it is female, it is male, then male, female, and female, right? After the bracket, putting a comma, pressing the enter. Now suppose I'm writing the subject. Suppose it is English, it is math or mathematics, it is science, it is suppose Sanskrit, and it's Hindi, right? Important thing you need to pay attention here is that you need to see every vector will be of same length, right? That is the must condition for the data frame. Whatever the number of vectors you are putting, they should have the same length. So that means 5 students data I need to mention, pressing the enter. Suppose I am entering their marks. Suppose it is out of 20, maybe 50, right? Now I am pressing Control Enter to execute it. You can see in the console it is executed without any error. If I will call my data frame, you can find it is showing me clearly this is my database, which is indicating me the name column, gender column, subject column, and marks column. Fine, everyone? Visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Those who have performed, it is great. Maybe you are only listening to me, that is also okay. Fine. So first data frame we have created without any error. So it is like, if you wish, suppose I want to create employee database. I can create the vectors even outside also. So suppose 3 employees data I'm creating, I'm writing the name, maybe suppose their gender. And then suppose their department. Finance, marketing, and suppose ID, right? 3 vectors I created of the same length. I'm creating my data frame 1. Data.frame function I used. And what I'll do here, I'll come here and I'll write the name, comma, gender, comma, department. And then I'll call my data frame 1. You can see. Done. So it is not necessary. Even outside you can create your vectors and you can pass their names, and that way I think you can see. Fine. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So this way you have seen how we have created the data frame. Now, if you wish to, suppose I want to enter one more participant's data into this, right? What I need to do? As you can see, I'm having only 5 students data presently available. If I wish to enter one more or maybe 2 more students data into this, I need to create the other data frame, and then I need to merge that data frame with this present one. So what I'll do here, suppose I'm creating data frame 2. So I have given the names. Same fields I need to take, or
Excuse me, ma'am.
yeah, ma'am.
Can you please show the last one that you done?
The employee
I
data.
think I am really slow.
And that is why I'm asking, ma'am. I do not have any problem. You please ask. It is okay, visible?
Just 2 seconds, ma'am. I can
Okay,
copy it.
okay, fine. I'm trying to put the same in the chat also. If you can take it from the chat. Possible for you to take it from the chat, you can take it. I have kept in chat also. Once you are done, you can please tell me, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Just a second, please, ma'am.
Yeah. Done? Ma'am, done?
Yes, ma'am. It's okay.
Do I need to wait?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think I was telling you, if I want to add 2 more students data into the previous one, so I created one more data frame. I need to keep all the same fields or same columns, right? So हाँ मैम, नहीं अभी नहीं पहुंची मैं ना सेशन में हूँ, बोला था ना सेशन के बाद आती हूँ। आप गए क्या? हाँ बस मैं भी 10 मिनट में पहुंचाऊंगी, है ना? हाँ ओके। So now I am creating done. I created a new vector, new data frame. You all have seen. Now I'm having 2 data frames, DF and DF2. Both are for the students' details, right? Now suppose I want to store both the data frames into the first data frame, that is DF. I need to use here R bind function. R bind function is binding the rows. So I am writing DF comma DF2. And then you can see I'm calling DF. Now you can see instead of 5, now there is the data of 7 students. Visible? I hope clear. Okay, friends. Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So do I need to wait? Are you people noting down or can I go ahead?
Just go ahead, ma'am.
Fine. Now, I think we understood how to add new rows into the existing data frame. What you need to do, you need to create a new data frame. What if I want to enter a new field, right? So for that, okay, can anyone tell me which new column I can add into my students data set? I'm having name, gender, subject, and marks. What new column I can add? Anyone?
And we can add age group of students.
Fine. Suppose I am creating a new vector here, which is of the age. So you need to keep this thing in your mind. We are having total how many students? 7. So
Seven.
7 age data I need to enter here, right? So maybe I'm writing 20, 21, 20, 22, 21, 20, and 21. 2, 4, 6, 7. Then now I'll use C bind. Now you can find a new column is added in my existing data frame of the students. Previously, there were only 4 columns: name, gender, subject, and marks. Now I'm having a new column, which is age. So I have used C bind function. I have added or bind a new column into the existing data frame. Okay. Fine. Pace is okay. Do I need to wait? You people are performing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, sir, yes for what? Shall I go ahead or do I need to wait?
You can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much. So that way you can see we have understood how to create a data frame. We have understood how to add new rows in a data frame, and we've understood how to add new column into the data frame. Now I'll go ahead and talk about structure of data frame. So to understand the structure of data frame, we need to use the function called str, and then I'm passing the name of my data structure, which is df. So you can see it is showing me the structure of my data frame, which is indicating me there are total 7 observations of 5 variables. I am having 5 variables, that is 5 columns: name, gender, subject, marks, and age. So name is the character variable, gender is a character variable, subject is a character variable, marks is numeric, age is numeric. And these are the first 4 observations which we can see in each of the column. Okay, fine. So this way we can understand the structure of the data frame. Okay. Friends, it is okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So I think I'll go to the summarization of the session now. And if you wish, because I think yesterday I provided you some exercises. I don't know how many of you have done. So do I need to give exercises for today also? Or means for tomorrow also?
Yes, ma'am. Please provide some exercises.
Okay, fine. So firstly, I'm writing these things which you need to perform, tasks you need to do. You need to create a 3x2 matrix. Then you need to access the second row of matrix. Then you need to access the second column of matrix. Then you need to access the second row, third column element. Then you need to create the array with 3 rows, 2 columns, and 2 matrices. You need to access the and the second row of first matrix of array. Then you need to access the first column of second matrix. And you need to access the second row, second column element of first matrix of array. Then we need to create a data frame for employees with name, department, salary, gender, and designation fields. These are the tasks you need to perform. I'm copying. If anyone who want to take it from the chat, just a minute. I think I'm having WhatsApp also open right now. I'll check it. Where is the group? I have pasted the problems in the WhatsApp chat group. I hope it is visible to every one of you. If you can see. Friends,
Yes, ma'am. We got it on WhatsApp group.
thank you so much. So now I will conclude the session, expecting you to perform firstly that tomorrow you will come after performing these things so that we can proceed further, right? So I'll summarize or conclude today's session, what we have done today. Today we have seen the remaining three data structures, that is matrix, array, and data frame. So matrix is nothing but it is a two-dimensional kind of data structure which is homogeneous, and usually for mathematical calculations we are using matrix, right? So it is nothing but it is an arrangement of data into the rows and columns. So using the matrix function, we can create a matrix in the R environment. Generally, the syntax of matrix is you need to provide the vector of the elements, means what will be the observations or element in your matrix. So you need to create a vector for that. You will define how many rows you want with these elements, and it is optional. If you are providing row, it is not necessary to provide number of columns. R will do that for you according to your elements. It will decide how many columns will be created if you are requiring particular number of rows. If you are using by row arguments generally, if you are using, so generally you are making it true because by default it is false. So that means if you are not giving by row element or argument, so that way arrangement of the elements into the column. But if you are giving it is true, arrangement will be according to the row. Then dimension names also you can create when you're talking about the matrix. So this way, this was the matrix. We have also seen the arithmetic operations on matrix. We have also talked about how we can access the element of any particular row or column, or either entire row or column, using the indexing. If you want to do the manipulation, that is also possible. Then I talked about the array. I said array is almost similar like matrix, but these are the multi-dimensional. It is generally ND, that is n dimensions can be possible in the matrix. And apart from that, it is homogeneous in nature, right? So to create array in the R environment, we need to use the function called array. The syntax is very simple. You need to provide the element vector, and then the dimensions you need to tell that how many rows and columns will be in the matrix and how many matrix you want to create. Then we talked about, and I think indexing is same with it is the same like we have talked about the matrix, right? Then we have talked about the important data structure, which is matrix, which is very useful in context to the analysis of the data. So I talked about matrix is generally two-dimensional and the heterogeneous in nature. And when I talk about the data structure, this is very similar like the tables. And usually whatever data you will take here in the R environment for the analysis purpose, that will be generally nothing but the data frame, right? So to create data frames means if you wish to create your own data frame, but that way you can use the data.frame function, and you need to pass on the argument, that is the matrix, how many columns you want to create in your data frame. So for each column you need to create one vector. For one column, one vector, second column, second vector, and likewise. And then if you want to declare any of the character vector or character column as a factor column, that is categorical data, if you want to convert it, you need to use string as factor function, and you need to make it true. So this way, apart from that also, if you want to add some new rows into the existing data frame, you need to create a new data frame. Using the rbind function, you can combine your both the data frames. If you wish to add a new column, you will define a vector with the same number of observation or elements which you have given in the remaining columns, and then using the cbind function, you can combine them. So this way, we have understood today the remaining three data structures in R. So this is the agenda of the day. Now, if you wish to ask me anything, if you are having any queries, the platform is open for the same. So I am requesting you, if you are having any queries, you can ask. If not, we are winding up the session for the day. We will meet tomorrow for the next session. Yes, any query? No query? Fine. So tomorrow the agenda will be, I'm going to discuss functions and packages in R. So it is again an important topic because when we will go for the analysis, this will help you to use during the analysis. So this is all about from my side for the day. If no more query, we'll go to the end the session. Yeah. Any questions, any query? No questions? Friends? Okay. Rajesh sir, Hari sir, no questions. Anjali ma'am, Asna ma'am, no questions. Can we end the session for the day? Fine. Yeah. Yeah, Hari
Yes,
sir.
yes, ma'am. We can.
Yeah, thank you so much. So, Yoga sir, I think we are done for the day.
Yes, ma'am, it's okay.
Thank you so much, Asna ma'am. Okay. So, Yoga sir, we are done. We can end the meeting. Yoga sir, are you there? Okay, friends, I think we can leave the meeting. Yoga sir, are you there? Fine. Thank you, everyone. Good night. Meeting tomorrow for the next session.